And we are Doug and the Commish, back for our Thanksgiving special. Again, we do hope that you and your loved ones have a great Thanksgiving. And we are moving with the 4-7 Desk Jockeys versus the 6-5 Burtucky Lombardi division. Now let me throw this out to you. We're going to try to get this every single time, what each team was thankful for, and you interrupted me last time, so we apologize to the Nips and the faux franchises, but we will get to it here. Tell me what Burtucky said he was thankful for when you got the email today.
It was a little surprising as I opened the email, but it said that Jake, GM of the Burtucky franchise, is thankful that his brother is in the GFO.
That's
and I was like,
interesting.
oh, that's a little awkward.
Mm-hmm.
But as I read on further, the reasoning is it secures Jake for never being the worst GM in the league.
Oh.
So it makes perfect sense.
That would make sense why he's thankful for that.
For his brother being in the league.
Well, the email I got from the Jockeys, it said what he was thankful for. He's thankful for trash, actually. He said he's
nice of him.
And he said he's thankful because he's guaranteed to get 2 wins every single year. And he knows that he will never be winless as a result of that. So he said he was thankful for that. So.
That's true. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, here we go. Drew Brees against New England. Should be a primetime matchup. If nothing else, this might not be one of those fantasy matchups. I don't really know how this one's going to go. It's hard for you just never know because everybody hypes up these offensive games, and you just never really know. A lot of times you get let down. But Matt Schaub against Indianapolis. Indianapolis has a good pass defense as well. So I think these are two tough matchups to call. If in that case, I'm going to go on the side of Breeze because I think he's a better quarterback overall. You okay with that?
I am. I'm calling it a draw, basically. Mm-hmm. But if one barely outplayed the other or outscored the other, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. All right, Cedric Benson. Jockeys has him. He's questionable, but he does have his handcuff there with Bernard Scott. He's got Jason Snelling, who's the handcuff to Jake's Michael Turner. So he basically has the handcuffs and can do what he wants here, and that's why Jake's really going to be hurting, I think, when it comes down to it. Now Jake has Justin Forsett and Michael Turner. Right now, they don't really know about Michael Turner, and they're still wondering about Julius Jones. So I'm going to give the edge, really, to the Jockeys.
I'm giving it to the Jockeys as well, and overwhelmingly at that. Is if it's not going to be Benson and Snelling, it will be Barber and Adai. Mm-hmm. And if it's not going to be them, it will be Bernard Scott and somebody. Yeah. He has a very plentiful amount of running backs.
We could say a cornucopia of running backs.
He does.
For the season.
He said. That's what he's got.
All right.
And the problem with the Burtucky is Turner, let's say he even plays from coming back from the high ankle sprain. Mm-hmm. Per numerous sources, inside and out, Turner's going to be limited at best as Norwood's coming back and Snelling is better than both of them right now.
Yeah.
And then with Forsett, he's not even starting.
Yeah.
So it's just looking awfully rough for the Burtucky.
All right. Wide receivers, Hines Ward, Greg Jennings, and Antonio Bryant. I actually like Antonio Bryant here against the Falcons. Falcons give up a decent amount in the air, and really the last couple of games they have, you're able to see what Eli Manning did last week to him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Josh Freeman actually gets a decent game here against the Atlanta Falcons.
I'm not going to complain with your analysis on the Bryant. He's been a bit of a disappointment with the injuries and such, but it would be a nice coming out party for him, finally, as Tampa Bay needs something to cheer about.
All right, you got V-Jax, D-Jax, and Hoosh. Which one do you like better?
I'm going to take Deshaun every time, no matter who he's playing against. Okay. He's dynamic. He's unstoppable when he has the ball in one-on-one situations, and he's always finding himself wide open deep.
Yep. All right. We go to the tight ends. We got Dallas Clark, and we've got Greg Olsen. Olsen has a very tasty matchup.
Oh, scrumptious.
Vikings give up the most top fantasy points to opposing tight ends in the fact that they give up 10 points and 7 touchdowns this year they've given up. So look for Olsen to have a great day. Dallas Clark really kind of going against Houston, who's okay against the tight ends. The Vikings against Chicago, Bengals against Cleveland. Bengals have a much better matchup than the Vikings. Hopefully we're not back at this. I think I should be okay.
All right. Well, I'm taking. You were going to ask me who I'm taking.
I was actually.
And I'm going to take the Jockeys.
Mhm.
And one of the reasons that I'm taking the Jockeys is the running backs.
Okay.
And then the second reason is, and we didn't discuss it very much, is Greg Jennings at Detroit.
Mm.
Greg Jennings is a giant thorn in the loins flesh.
Okay.
And I look for the running backs and the Jennings to really take over this game and take over it early. I look for this to be a good-sized blowout.
All right. I, too, will take the Jockeys. And you realize I'm not gaining any games. I tried that strategy last week, and it didn't really work.
It didn't work. You got mocked and made fun of.
I did get mocked and made fun of, but, I had to take a chance. But anyway, I, too, will take the Jockeys. And Jake's playoff hopes are starting to dwindle. But we'll wait and see.
Speaking of that, what happens if he loses? He goes to...
Well, he drops to 6-6.
6-6. And then I guess it depends. It'd be ugly. It could,
Yeah.
and then he has to play the mighty Trash,
Yeah.
who has a very good track record against the Burtucky.
He does. He does. He has a very good track record.
This isn't exactly a must-win for Jake, but it's the level right underneath must-win.
And really, if Jake doesn't have a 6-6 record, if his record's just a little bit worse, he's obviously going to have a real struggle to get in. But you know what? Those wins in the middle of the season, that big long winning streak, really helped him out. It's going to come in handy here, where I'll have a little bit more room.
Them 52 to 51 wins he was pulling out at the beginning of the year. That's why he's in the race.
Correct. All right. Well, good luck to the GM of the Jockeys and the GM of the Burtucky. We do hope you have a great Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
We'll be right back.